days after the biggest protest since the collapse of the Soviet Union, and their impact is still being felt. President Dmitry Medvedev's ordered an inquiry into allegations of vote rigging, while Prime Minister Vladimir Putin remains silent. But the authorities appear to be answering criticism in other ways. Senior staff at the Kommersant publishing house have been fired. The company prints one of the country's biggest selling newspapers. But this edition of its weekly news magazines caused offence. The front cover says how the elections were falsified. Inside, a double-page spread shows Russian voters in London. One spoilt ballot paper is covered in explicit anti-Putin slogans.
I suspect, and I can only assume, that this happened because the owner decided we were not objective enough in our coverage. That means we were writing about violations and abuses during the elections, but we are writing too little about how wonderful United Russia Party is.
The sackings were made by the paper's oligarch owner, Alisher Usmanov. He also owns a large share of London's Arsenal football club. Usmanov took control of the paper in 2006, encouraged by the Russian government. Kommersant used to be owned by the exiled oligarch and Kremlin critic Boris Berezovsky. Usmanov said the anti-Putin slogans bordered on petty hooliganism, but some at Kommersant are unhappy with the dismissals.
Such sacking sends a wrong message, not only to the people working in Kommersant, but to entire journalistic community here, and it sets in motion the mechanism of self-censorship.
Russian state-run media have been quick to characterize the recent protests as having less to do with Vladimir Putin's leadership and more to do with failings in the political system at large. But many protesters say the two are inseparable. And with only 3 months to go before presidential elections, Putin can't afford any more negative press. Dissent needs to be carefully managed. Neve Barker, Al Jazeera, Moscow.